Hey guys, so sorry I'm a few minutes late. Sorry this didn't happen at 9. Well, I didn't ever have it scheduled at 9, but it was supposed to happen at 9. You just didn't know that. So what happened? You guys aren't going to believe it. My cat puked on my router. it wouldn't turn on. So I was like, I can't do this with my phone internet. That's going to suck really bad. Because I won't be able to show anything if need be, and I just don't know how to do it. But so we have a new guest tonight. There's going to be Jenna, Lynn, and Prayer Garden is going to be here too. So yeah, you guys are allowed to have your opinions, of course. We just need to be respectful towards panel guests. That means, keep opinions respectful. Don't call names. Don't call somebody stupid or, one of the panel guests stupid, or you can call me stupid all you want. I don't care, but the panel guests are not used to that. So you'll be like timed out if you do that. And then if it keeps continuing, then you'll probably be blocked from commenting for the stream. But we do have a new guest named Lynn, who is, I guess I'll have her explain who she is. I think was friends with Candus. I don't know for sure. I haven't ever really spoke to her. So let me know if you guys see Prayer Garden chat. I emailed her the link, but we got Jenna and Lynn in the backstage. I'll pull them up in just one second. Hey, Sarah Jane and Glitter Queen and Doodle. And yeah, remember, opinions are welcome, however, assholes are not. Well, assholes are welcome too, but just not like express, not in language form or text form. So you guys, I've been so busy trying to get this new router set up. So anyways, hi, Navy Beans and Goldie. All right. Hey, Emma, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to have to get up in a second and sign I ordered some pizza for my daughter. I'm going to go ahead and add Jenna and Lynn to the stream. Hey.
Hi.
How are you ladies doing? Lynn, are you there?
Hi, I'm here.
Okay. So, Lynn, since we haven't had you before, would you like to explain to, how you know Don and Candace? Or I haven't had a chance to really talk to you except through one short email. So
yeah, exactly.
I kind of forgot what I was about, to be honest.
Yeah.
Or what I said.
Actually, listening to Jenna the other night just blew me away because we both had very similar experiences, and her and I got to connect today finally.
Yeah, I'm glad about that.
And that was awesome. I have been involved since day 2. I was admin of one of the larger Facebook groups.
Okay.
I've been following true crime mostly on Facebook for about 5 years. Summer's case will be my last. It's got me beat. I'm old.
Yeah. So did you have a friendship with Candace for a while?
I didn't in the beginning. I actually, one of the big rules of the group was you don't go real life. That means you don't contact anybody involved in the case. And I went down every road I could possibly find. By the second month, I had found all of the lights and the dikes and looked all over Beach Creek and Ben Hill and the hollers. I'm not from there, but I am familiar with country living. I wasn't one to get on the bandwagon and jump because Summer had a dirty face or her hair wasn't brushed. But I had my suspicions. I'll admit I have a 5-year-old granddaughter, and this case really got me, and I want this baby found.
So did you end up speaking to Candus then?
I did. I ended up leaving the Facebook group,
Okay.
and stepping down from admin, and I contacted Candus, and surprisingly, she answered immediately.
So do you guys still talk, or did you guys have like a?
No, we don't still talk. We haven't talked in probably about 6 weeks now. So Jenna knows more of the more recent stuff. But we talked a lot. Candus likes to video chat.
Yeah.
She's not real into texting, which I can understand. And I kind of hate being on here because
your voice needs to be heard though.
Yeah. I hate being on here because I feel like I'm betraying her, but the bigger picture is this baby needs to be
right.
found.
Yes. And it's more important that, if your information can help any way figure out what happened to Summer, then that definitely needs to be heard.
Oh, I mean, I haven't said anything, Ziggy, because I don't believe I have information that's going to lead to Summer. But what I have is a much better understanding of their dynamics, Candus's dynamics, and their dynamics as a couple.
Exactly.
Right.
Which I don't think a lot of people have. And I think Jenna and I really agree on that. Like, we really bonded today.
Yeah.
I told Jenna wanted to tell me some things and stuff, and I was like, wait, just save it for the live, because then I want my reaction to be authentic on the live. If I already know things and I don't know. She said she wanted to tell me a couple things that she found a little bit shocking.
Yeah.
But then I was like, well, let's just save it for the live so I could hear with everybody else. Because sometimes if I already know the information, like I talked to Jenna a lot before she came on here, and I caught myself being stuck and not knowing what to ask her because I'd already asked her everything. And I'm like, so yeah. So I was like, yeah, let's just not like discuss Dawn and Candace on the phone, because I want to hear what Lynn told Jenna, or whatever you had to say, Lynn, like, first here. But Prayer Garden just joined. Hey, Prayer Garden.
How you guys doing? Can you hear me?
Hi, Prayer Garden.
Hi.
Or we could call her. Can we call you Sis? Do you go by Sissy also, Prayer Garden, or do you?
Yes, I go by
Sissy. Okay, that's easier to say. But I figured in the title I put Prayer Garden because I figured most people would know you more by Prayer Garden. So,
hi, Sissy. Nice to meet you. I've been following you around for months.
Whole lot of people's been following me, I think.
Yeah. I'm a bit of a sleuth. So I found you early on, and I did not let on who you were, although I did know.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. I definitely want to keep my my identity private. I'm getting a lot of hate, and I'm getting a lot of threats. So
I'm
Well,
so sorry.
well,
You
no.
don't deserve that.
Yeah, just to make it. I don't know what Lynn believes happened to Summer, but we will get into that. But as far as I know, like, well, with Jenna and Pergard, I know for a fact that they believe that the parents know what happened
Exactly.
and are involved, and are no longer talking to Don and Candace in a friendly manner. I don't know.
No.
So I do know that Pergard had a couple screenshots she wants me to show later, where I think that Dawn did try to get a hold of you, right? Right, Sissy?
excuse me.
Was this screenshot that you wanted to show?
Yeah, it's a screenshot I wanted to show everyone.
Is this from recently when did Dawn contact you recently?
Yeah, I've got one as recent as yesterday.
Well, yeah, the one from Benny, but
Yeah.
did you? Which I guess I can go ahead and show this real quick, or since it's come up, I guess I can go ahead and show the Benny one. Oh no, that's not the one, but sometimes I can't. Okay, well, since I've already pulled this up, this is from Dawn. Can you see when I'm showing, Sissy?
Yes.
Okay, so it says, lie, you are no Christian. My wife was so right about you, straight hoe. Getting you for slander, bitch. Backstabbing, bitch. You betrayed me, just like all the rest of the world. It's people like you that crucified Christ and call me. So did you end up talking to him after he sent you these?
Absolutely not. But do you see what I'm talking about? Can I purposely picked this screenshot to show you, you know, the bipolarness of these people. You see, he cussed me out, called me all kinds of names, then had his nerve to say, "Call me." Are you kidding? I mean, and my wife.
By that time he was drunk. I'm sure
And
by that time he was drunk because that was 9 p.m. See,
Right.
earlier on, the other. Oops, sorry. Are these two? Okay, these must be from 2 different days.
yeah, this
Uh,
is
because
this is him going crazy. This is what I'm putting up with on the other end. As you see, he says, "My wife was right about you, straight hoe." And these are the words and stuff. Everybody says, "Oh, you have this great hate for Candus," but you guys don't understand. Candace was wanting me to be her friend and talk to her, like when she went into the police station, um, when she was calling me at late at night, when she was trying to hit me on my face chat. She's wanting me to be her friend. Then she acts like she didn't even know me. Has that one woman, Don K or whatever, call me. And when she did know,
You already know who it is.
she did know me. And also, is there somebody else in here with us? I hear a man.
That was my son. That was my son. I'm sorry.
Okay.
it's okay. Like, if I can always mute you, Jenna, if needed or whatever.
No, I'm in my vehicle. They went in the house, so I'm good.
Okay. All right, it's fine.
And then Candace would, and that's what I've been trying to tell everybody. Then when she's on the phone with like this woman or somebody else or her mother, or she starts ramping off, and and sometimes, I don't know what she's doing in the background, but sometimes she would be screaming and calling me all kinds of names, almost put me in, make me so angry that, I had to tell Donald, I got to hang up. I do not want to, I'm not going to go through that kind of abuse from her in the background, when I'm only trying to be good to you guys. And he's like, I know, sissy. But, this is what Candace was and how she was to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And all that time I was tolerating it because, due to the fact that I didn't know at first. I didn't know she was just going through, you know, um, some, you know, menopause type thing, mood swings or what her real problem was.
He's going
Um,
through something more than that.
but finally I figured out that she's just freaking evil. She's just an evil, mind playing and manipulating human being, and Donald's the same way. He's the same way.
Exactly.
And Candace acts like the mean, ugly, awful one, and Donald plays the nice, trying to be, everything on Candace, and then Candace with her friends, everything on Donald. But in all honesty, these two are one. They are one, playing us against one another. That's what
I
they're doing.
agree. I
And
agree.
I caught on to it early on. Early on, like I said, after they did what they did to Mary, I was done with them. I was only sticking in there now for what information I can gather, and I gathered a hell of a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and
Yeah.
be honest with everybody. I only went into this with one purpose, and that was to find Summer. And I found out a lot of things about Candace and Dawn. What I seen, Candace, Candace and Dawn never shed a tear for Summer or them boys.
Amen. Thank you. Thank you.
They
Thank
No,
you.
they
never shed a tear. They
No, they
Candace shed tears about Dawn being on the phone with Sissy or Cher.
We're
They
not
never
spending or not spending time with her. Not
exactly,
spending time with her. It is about her and Donald. Her and Donald. Her and Donald.
exactly.
That's all it was
When they
about.
was in Hollywood, they was living it up. I asked her when she was in Hollywood,
Mm-hmm.
"Have you talked to the boys?" She said, "I've talked to them one time."
Oh yeah, that's why I want to ask you, Jenna, because I text you, or I was on here and I was like, man, I was telling everybody that they weren't contacting, because they can contact them every night, can't they?
Every night every night after 7 o'clock. But they
Yeah.
have to contact them. The boys can't contact them. Candace normally FaceTimes them, and the whole time they was going to Hollywood, they FaceTimed them one time.
Yep.
Wow.
And them that girl Squall and Dawn,
Yeah.
Candace knew that I was doing it live with you that night. She sent them to. I was faked by Dawn, thinking that she was a true friend of Candace because I seen her at Candace's house, and that's how I got her name. But let Lynn tell you a little bit about Dawn.
Okay. Yeah. Are you there, Lynn?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here. Dawn,
Now,
actually, I met Dawn 4 or 5 years ago in the true crime groups. And part of the reason why Candace stopped talking to me was because I told her to watch out for Dawn. Because I didn't know what Dawn's intentions were. With Summer's case, Dawn kind of bypassed YouTube and the Facebook groups, and immediately latched on to Candace in the very beginning. We had a mutual friend that knew she could trust me and was sharing screenshots with me of Dawn and Candace's conversations. I didn't expect what I got. Okay, like Jenna, I went in because I was impatient and nobody was talking, and I want this baby found. I'll never do it again, I thought it was going to answer so many questions. It didn't. It just gave me more. I think the most shocking part, I never thought that I would genuinely like Candus.
Right.
Whether she's likable or whether she's that manipulative.
I think she's that manipulative, to be honest with you.
Amen. Amen. I agree.
Right.
And I believe Don is too. And the sad thing about it is Don believes every word that comes out of his mouth.
Right.
He believes every word that comes out of Candace's mouth. I'm
Right.
telling you, there's something mentally wrong with both of them.
No, I
Yeah,
believe
like,
they both
I
have
can't.
something on each other.
They do. They absolutely do.
I don't think it's just what they have on one another. I think they're just two peas in a damn pot that are dirty, low down, disgusting human beings that, you know what, they know that they better stick together because nothing else would have them.
But it's sad because people are actually feeling sorry for Candace. And people are actually getting really close to Candace and Don right now up there at their house. And they're enabling them. And I'm telling you, when it comes out that they had something to do with Summer missing, they're going to be fined and charged just as well as Don and Candace because they're enabling that.
Yeah.
Aiding and abetting. It's called aiding and abetting.
Well, I mean, it's aiding and abetting if they actually know anything. But in my experience, Candace didn't talk a lot about the kids.
We pretty much
Candace was. I'm sorry. Go on, Prayer Garden.
We pretty much all know that they're guilty. You can't be around those people very long that you don't know they're guilty. I'm sorry. I mean, in my opinion, and I'll say that to protect myself because you've seen the clip that came up there, but I'm getting threatened. But in my opinion,
I would just follow it up with, in your opinion, because I don't know how this slender thing works. So just cover your ass.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be honest. In my opinion, they're guilty as hell. They're guilty as hell. I know it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I've looked at so many others. My initial reaction in the first week was that there was a lot of pictures of Summer that really bothered me. And it wasn't the dirty faces, it wasn't the clothes. There was a lot of pictures where she was holding herself.
Yes. Yeah.
And that just always stuck to me. It always stuck with me. And that was my gut from the very beginning. I really did try to give them the benefit of the doubt by going down all these other roads and looking into all of these other names. But they were all dead ends. And the more Don talked, the more he contradicted himself. The more Don talked, I could see that he was using his jailhouse religion, as I called it, to just totally change the subject instead of answering the question.
From the moment that I met Candace, when I called and spoke with her, I never seen a tear in her eye. And Don was like, "Oh, we miss our kids." I mean, you can tell when somebody's really sympathetic or more remorseful. There was nothing there.
Yeah, the only time I saw Candace cry was when she talked about things that Don had done.
Yeah.
She never shed a tear. It was like life just went on. She never She was absolutely scrapbooking. She was showing me pictures of the kids that she was putting in the scrapbooks. But she was smiling. She was showing me pictures of summer, and it was like kind of like she had happy memories, and like it didn't faze her or affect her that summer was gone.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, I'm on video chat bawling, looking at these pictures. Something's wrong with that picture, you know,
Right.
like
Yeah.
I'm a stranger, and the tears are coming out of my eyes, and mom is just like, you know, oh, and here she is doing this, and this is the day we went and did that, and it's like, oh, okay.
Hey, I'm sorry. I
Um,
said I wasn't going to pay attention to your comments tonight, but there was two questions asked about Candace. When
Mhm.
I first came on this panel with you, Ziggy,
Yeah.
I was still friends with Candace.
Right.
I was still trying to get information from her. So after I told people, well, told everybody on here, which something she told me not to tell, that grandma's back, she unfriended me. So I can tell now the truth fully and not have to worry about watching what I say.
Right.
And another one was, do I think that's the way she's coping with it? Of like not crying? No, it's not. I
no,
understand she's had a troubled past, and a lot of people's had troubled past. But when you don't sit here and cry for your children because they're gone and one's missing, but you cry because your husband is talking to other females, there's something going on there. And she told me specifically out of her own mouth that Don, you have it in text that you can show, that she stated that Don was home in a 3 o'clock hour.
Wow.
And she, I mean, stated out of her own mouth that Don had something to do with it. But to be honest with you, I don't believe a word that neither one of them say.
yeah, she's very Jenna, can I cut in, honey?
Yeah, go ahead.
She's very, very, very suspicious of Dawn. But then the next day she'll be in love with him, and Donnie this and Donnie and that, and how wonderful Donnie is. It's like real manic. Like not in manic depressive. It's really bizarre. Um, for instance, we were talking um at the time that those text messages came out from Denise Mitchell about the $50,000 and the cartel.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, lucky me, got to be in on that part. Um, and I contacted Candace, and I was like, honey, I don't want to be the one to tell you, but like, you need to know this. What in the hell is going on? And again, we were on FaceTime. Um, and she, like, as we're talking about it, I see that she's looking down. And the next thing I know, she pulls up her second phone, which I didn't even know that she had. And she had Googled the directions from her front door to the Mexican border
What?
and said, oh my God, it's only 24 hours to the Mexican border. Is that where he's been going?
Oh my
I've
god.
told TBI everything I know.
Yes, and I have also. Which again, it's nothing to lead, you know, that's unfortunately it's nothing that's gonna find this baby, but maybe the insights will help them.
Exactly.
You know,
I'm going to tell you something. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I got to come in here for a minute. Oh shit! I gotta stop laughing.
Is that Sissy laughing?
Yeah. What's going on, Sissy?
Oh, if I can just give me a minute to post myself.
Okay.
Oh, oh shit! Listen, I keep wanting to laugh. I'm sorry. Um,
Were you Denise Mitchell?
me? Hell
Yeah.
no. I'm gonna tell you something. You don't understand Donald and Candace. You do not. They're mind players. When she pulled up her second phone and everything, Candace is not that stupid. She is not that stupid to
Oh, I
show
know
you
she ain't.
to show you anything. Anything. That is their games. That's what I'm telling you. See, me, obviously Jenna. I'm sorry. Obviously Jenna caught on to it also that this is what they do. And
Oh yeah.
it pisses you off, and they put you on this roller coaster ride, man. They just you think you're gonna have to go see a psychiatrist from all their shit because you got to cipher through it. You got to cipher through it, and then while you're doing all of that, you got to try to understand who and how these people are. There's so much. There's so much to picking things apart and then trying to fit in what is and what isn't. And what is they love to play games like they played with Mary, like they were playing
Absolutely.
with you, letting you see the phone, and like they called
Don B. They knew DCS was coming to get them children.
they called that Don K, and they told her they did not know me when they absolutely Candace positively did. Candace sent her on a wild goose chase to call in my phone for what?
Right.
Nothing. This is what her and Donald do. They like to play with us.
Oh yeah, they
Oh,
do.
Donald,
So-
he calls me and she screams, and then when they get off the phone, they laugh. They
Exactly.
didn't care. These
Oh.
are two horrible, horrible. I mean, evil ain't even the word for these two people. Evil is
Yeah.
not even the word for them. They're beyond evil, buddy. I
Sissy,
mean,
what I think what you don't understand, hun, is ultimately that was my conclusion.
amen. And
Ultimately, that was also my conclusion.
exactly.
Unfortunately.
Exactly. And it really pisses you off, to see them lie and they're telling you in every way what they did, but you know, but not coming right out and saying it.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? They're it's all written all over the walls. They're these weirdos that they're the weirdos that give you, give you a sign in 50 different ways, you know, and hoping you'll miss them all. I mean, you have to be intelligent to catch on to it. You know what I'm saying? Because they
I
are,
don't know that you have to be that intelligent.
well,
I think that you just have to listen.
Donald and Candace are pretty, they're crafty. They are.
Oh, they're
crafty
street smart.
human
I
beings.
believe they're very, very street smart and manipulative.
What you don't understand is me and you haven't been homeless. Me and you haven't been on the streets where we have to play all the games with
Right.
these bunch of mind fucks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so Donald and Candace has got one up on a lot of people because they ain't been out there around them people. But if you take a lot of food and stuff to homeless shelters and you hand out, and you give out food, you volunteer to, give out food to them and so forth, you get to know them, you get to listen to them, you get to understand them, and not only that, but they'll even try that stuff with you, to get money out of your pockets or to get you to feel sorry, and these people, street people, they know how to take people to the cleaners. They know how to try to get to your heart, try to get to your mind, try to, there's some really cold people out there in the world.
Right.
Um,
She actually wasn't that kind of manipulative with me. She
Oh,
never asked
they are.
for anything or asked for a handout.
They do it in
But
roundabout ways. They do it in roundabout ways. Did she not mention? Did they not mention to you about how all the money that nobody's trusting them with any money, and they're
no.
all broke, and Donald's having a hard time working, because of everything going on, and that's making them broke, and this and that. Well,
People are sending them money left and right.
you were getting manipulated into them maybe thinking that you would help them, and without you even knowing it, you
Oh,
you thought that was
and
conversation, but that's really them saying, hey, maybe you'll give us something. Matter of fact, one woman that Donald was talking to told him something about, she had tons of money and she was going to send them some or something. And Donald's like, the bitch didn't ever send me shit. I was like, whoa,
yeah, yeah,
why did you expect it? Or you know what I'm saying? I mean,
yeah. See, I could see that with him, Sissy, which is why I never reached out to him. um, I've been able to read him like a book
well,
from the get go.
what you don't understand is birds of a feather flock together. They're one
Oh
of
no,
I think we all
understand.
this.
them. And
I think
Candace was same way. She told me, I get cash cards. I have money on my cash cards. She brought up her cash cards, and she said, I had 50. I was going to go to the store. I have $50, but somebody took it. Well, probably the dumbass that gave it to you took it back. Figured out what you was. But I felt sorry for her, and I'm not going to lie, I almost was getting ready to send her some myself. You know what I'm saying? And
okay.
you know.
Well, I think we all understand, like, really how manipulative these people are.
Exactly.
I really do. I think Lynn understands. I think you understand, Pergar, and I think Jenna understands. I think probably 99% of the people that's watching right now understand that these people are manipulative, and that they I'm sure Jenna and Lynn are aware that they were, that Don and Candace were probably, trying to
Right.
pull the wool over their eyes, or
What I'm saying,
or whatever.
what I'm saying is they do it in a roundabout way.
Yeah.
They don't directly. They indirectly try to get you.
So, hey, I want to go on to this question though, unless Lynn, did you have more to say on that, or?
I mean, we can just go with the questions for a while, and
I just wanted to know. Jenna said that they were coming to remove the kids. How did they know that they were coming to remove the kids?
Because they had a defects case. So every time CPS would come to the house, they would lock the doors and wouldn't answer the door. So they knew it was a matter of time before they were coming. And it did get word out that Candus knew that they were coming to get the kids the same day Summer went missing.
That ain't true. That is not truth. They were getting ready to shut the case, to be honest.
No, is that what Don told you?
They was actually getting ready. I
don't see how anybody would ever believe that they were getting ready to shut that case.
They was not shutting no case, and I'm sorry.
House?
Yes, they were. Yes.
How are they going to? Okay, I'm not.
Don and Candace. Don. Hello.
Yeah, you're there.
What happened to Jenna?
Nothing.
I'm here.
There, but we have to remember that there's other people on the panel, and we have to take turns talking. Okay. Yes. I mean, and I just don't see how. Why would you think they were okay? Just in a short explanation, Pete, Sissy, why do you think that they were getting ready to close that case? That doesn't even make sense.
Don and Candace told me, both of them told me that Allie called child services on them because she got mad over Jose. They were dealing with child services. They had a few things in their house they had to get fixed. Child services was coming out, but actually they were working on everything. They was going in the route they was getting, supposed to be going in. And child services was getting ready to close the case
Oh, I
when
don't.
Summer came up missing.
I don't think so. There's no way. They're still fixing that house now. How is
Lynn,
that not possible?
Lynn,
Yeah, honey, haven't we already decided that they lie?
Don K is calling me a liar.
Oh,
Dawn K is calling you a liar?
Don is calling me a liar about this.
is she in chat right now? or
Yeah,
is she-
she's in chat.
Well, we will let Don K up later, but for now, there's already, it's already too crazy up here. So if Don K wants to come up later, and defend anything she's able to, just right now, it's just too crazy, as it is, trying to, keep it so we each have time to talk. And
Yeah,
respond.
we're not up here tonight for a jury.
I don't know what there's to lie about. What would you have lied about?
I have no clue, but because Lynn is a witness to what I said about Don K.
Oh, about her being at the house.
Yeah, she was at Candace's house. That's how I knew who she was, because Candace showed her the phone.
And you know something? I'm going to third on that one because Donald did say that Don woman was up there. Donald did say she was up there. And somebody named, well, I probably shouldn't name everybody, but, Donald was telling the people that were up there hanging around on the property. And yes, she was one of them that was up there. He verified that.
So, if that's all yeah. Anyways,
It's okay. It's not good.
that's just one.
Donald doesn't like that Dawn very well. I don't know why, but he don't like her.
They only like people when they suit their needs.
Exactly.
When they're done with them, they're no good.
When they can get the pressure off of themselves
Exactly.
and turn it on someone else.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they'll turn on them soon. They'll turn on them.
Absolutely. And that doesn't matter if it's people like us who have gotten close, or YouTube creators, or it doesn't matter. They create the chaos.
I think that yes, go ahead, Lynn.
I just been saying like this. I'm not I consider myself a Christian, but I don't belong to any particular religion. This case, for whatever reason, just leaks evil.
It does.
Yes, it does.
And I think the reason for that is their chaos and manipulation that they've done with every interview, with every show Dawn's been on,
Mm-hmm.
with every Facebook post he's made,
Thank
and
you.
him deliberately keeping Candus in the background.
Exactly. You know why? Because Candace is the direct and Dawn is the indirect problem to this whole situation. In my opinion, Candace directly did something and Donald indirectly disposed of everything so Candace don't get what's coming to her. And that's just my opinion, to save my backside since I've already been threatened. But it's truth. It's truth. I don't care. It's truth. We all know it's truth. And and I'm a very blunt person. I get in trouble for it. Ziggy has to keep me under control. But that's who I am. I'm sorry.
Oops. I just want to respond here to Teresa's me, and I'm sure this lady that goes by Teresa's me. She said, but Ziggy, CPS doesn't tell you they're coming to remove your children. If open case, they will say they're coming in for a home visit. They won't risk parents fleeing with kids. I think that I don't know, maybe Jenna wants to explain, but I think what she's saying is that they knew they weren't doing what they were supposed to be doing.
Yeah, and they knew CPS has been by their house multiple times, and Candace would lock the door and pretend she wasn't at home.
That's so she could clean it up and everything and try to
She
get
could-
things a little order like she had before. And Jen let them in and get rid of them as she was doing at that particular time.
She couldn't clean that house up. Did you see the house? How it was?
I did. Wasn't that a nightmare?
And
Yeah,
and
that's
I
what I'm
honestly
saying.
think
Oops, go ahead.
I honestly think that's a habitual behavior with
Exactly.
Don, because didn't Mary say that he would do the same thing with his two oldest kids?
Do
I-
They
what?
would just pack up and leave.
Yes, she did say that.
They would just take off.
But they can't pack up there. He owns it.
No, she's just saying it's as far as avoiding CPS is normal behavior for them.
Correct.
With
Right.
the oldest kids, they would Mary said that Don would pack up and move. Once CPS would get on their, start.
Right. I
Yeah.
understand that.
So,
She's basically saying they have a habit of living in filth.
well, they have a habit of.
No, that's not what
From
I'm saying.
running from
I'm saying they have a habit of, Don has a habit with his first wife and now with Candus of avoiding CPS.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So Mason Pickle, thank you for she sent me a little tip through Cashapp. So thank you so much. I just want to say thank you.
Thank
But
you.
yeah, I mean, I think the dodging CPS thing is very obvious, and I don't think that it's my opinion, Prayer Garden, or I just don't believe that they were anywhere close to getting CPS off their tail. I don't believe that house was way too hazardous.
And it still is.
Yeah. And somebody asked a great question. Do any of you guys know how they're paying for the repairs on that house?
It's handouts.
I'm going to tell you, I got I'm not sure. I'll go back and take a look, but because I know I got proof. But Donald said that his words to me is, they were a bunch of donations that people were taking up a bunch of donations. They supposed to be coming and giving them money and sending stuff, but they ain't been sending shit. That they've been spending the money on anything but what they're supposed to be spending it on, and that he bought some drywall that he's got to install, and somebody gave him some wire that he had to get he has to pay an electrician to get installed, and that's about the only thing that anyone's done for him, other than give him a few bags of canned goods that somebody didn't want. They brought up there a long time ago, right after summer came up missing. But he said, other than that, they ain't nobody doing a damn thing for them.
That's not true.
Dale was up there. Oh, and did I tell you he got him a $300 pair of Ray-Bans? Yeah, sunglasses. He was so proud and bragging on them. They both got new phones. Yeah, I'm like, you got a $600 a month car payment, and you guys were struggling before, but all of a sudden you're able to do all of this. You got to be getting some money from somebody.
Yeah.
They can't be taking it all.
So, Sissy, I have your screenshot up where Benny was trying to contact you.
Yes. And as you can see, I did not write him at all.
Did you call him back on?
No, I didn't.
This last one?
The first one, I did not call him back. He called. That's when my little girl answered the phone. I told you. The second time was
just yesterday.
Last night. It was just last night, I believe. We were out somewhere, me and my kids, and it was more of a, hey, because I think he thought that I was coming on with you live last night, and it was more of a, it's a nice threat. This is Benny. How's it going?
Yeah, he's trying to get you to stop talking, I think.
I think so too. I hope that's not what it is. I hope that, he was just reaching out to let me know that, he's not angry or anything, and that,
Yeah, no.
I haven't talked out against him in any way. I hope it really came from the heart and it was good, because I know he's got, he's supposed to be going in for surgery or something. And I've been praying for him. I've been praying for him. I want him to pull through, because I hope his little boy has, I want his little boy to have a daddy. And, I know Benny loves that little boy.
Well,
And
I
I
will
am,
just tell you this. You were saying that,
but,
that many of us don't understand how manipulative that Don and Candace are. I don't think you understand Benny's how manipulative he is. And it's
everybody,
obvious he's trying to
Exactly.
he's trying
Benny and Squall and Don was on a live today together.
everybody's telling
Yeah.
me that, but, I'm
he's
talking.
he's friends with Donnie. He's like his
Yep.
I know.
Donnie's number one,
I know. And, I told God, God knows Benny's heart, and God can change it. I just want God to let Benny see the truth. I want him to let Benny see the truth, what we're all seeing. And, to know better than to be turning on God's children for evilness like Don and Candace Wells. I just hope God, talks to Benny. That's what I'm praying for. I'm not trying to be mean to him, because I think he's as much of a victim to them people as we was, trying to be nice, reach out
No,
to
he
them.
likes it. Benny loves being connected to the underdog. He's done it with Cash Gurnan's case. He's always done that. He loves the attention that he gets from sticking up for the underdog in every single case.
And then if anybody tries to go against him, he'll get them shut down.
Yeah, so
Like he did with Chris McDonough when they brought out when that took more flame to Don, they got him shut down.
Well, the only way Benny's going to be able to shut me down is through Ziggy. If Ziggy gets afraid and won't let me up here, then he shut us down.
I don't see why I wouldn't let you up here, but so okay. Anyways, Jenna, what was the thing that oops, hold on. Q Carlock, thank you for the super chat. Q Carlock wants to say, have they said anything at all that you ladies think could lead someone to Summer or to know what happened to this baby?
No,
The only-
not for me.
The only thing that I know of was the smell in that wall that I took note. I was looking through my emails and everything, and I took note that Don Wells was acting like he couldn't get that job done for over 6 weeks. It was coming to the deadline when Candus ran in there and started helping him and everything. It was his deadline to get that particular job done. And that's where I think.
I want to get back to you on that in a second. I'm going to let Jenna say something real quick because I have something to say about that, and we'll continue here to say Pergard. Jenna, what was it that you were going to say?
The thing that I was going to say was when I think it was Crime Stories Obsessed really contacted Grandma, and Grandma confided in her and told her what really happened. And when she got home, that Candace and Summer left and met up with Don.
Wow. Yeah. That's crazy if that's
truth.
Okay, Pergard.
Yeah, that was definitely Grandma that Emma was talking to.
Oh, it was. I was on the phone with Candace when Don came home fussing because of Grandma saying that.
And Don also, I pulled Ziggy can pull the thing up where Don plainly wrote me and said, yes, I think it was her. That's the way she talks.
Yeah, I did pull that up at some point, and I'd have to find where that would be. If that's, but yeah, it's something like that. That he said something like, how is it that he put it?
He said, I believe it was. I believe it was her. He said because that's how she talks. Then he went on to say some more stuff about her. I ain't for sure all either because I would have to be looking at it as well.
Okay. Trying to find that screenshot that you're talking about. But, okay.
They shut me down. They locked me out of the Facebooks. And then I heard Donald was on his Facebook threatening me with songs. Oh, come to mention it, he sent a song to me. Said that's what I am.
Oh, like Psalms from the Bible?
No, like songs from.
Oh, like a song. He did that. Yeah. He did that to Mary recently, yeah. And I sent it to Mary. I was like, I guess this song is supposed to be about you. He wrote "Scary Mary." So okay, I'm gonna, and I need you to not say specifically the name of this company I'm about to mention, Prayer Garden, but this is very important, and you have not answered me on email about it, but there's a reputable, and I have got permission to say it like this because I asked them, but I cannot mention the company. You guys, this is important. You need to listen here.
Okay.
There's a reputable search team. That's the only way I can put it. That is trying to get a hold of Prayer Garden. Prayer Garden. Don't say the name of the prayer.
I won't. But
please get a hold of them.
Ziggy, I tried, and they said that when I tried, they said that they didn't know what I was talking about.
Did you talk to the lady or the man?
I talked to the man. I didn't talk to either one of them. I talked to somebody else that was answering the phone for him.
Okay, I sent you 2 numbers. Call that lady that's in that.
If you will go back and tell them that that my name is Sissy, because that's what I told them. If you wouldn't mind reaching out and saying my name's Sissy, because they already got my phone number.
Okay. Yeah. So I need you to. Yeah. So they emailed me and was wanting to get a hold of Sissy. So, and I keep asking the lady, has she got a hold of, and she says no. So, I can't, I'm sorry, Vibe, I can't, because I promised that I wouldn't mute her or anything, we just have to take turns talking, and try our best. But thank you for the super chat. So that's partially why Prayer Garden was upset with me, because I was muting her, but that was just because so I could ask questions and stuff. So I'm sorry about that, Prayer Garden. I just have to, it was way too many up here, when that was happening.
It's all right. I was just upset because I didn't get to jump on Jenna more than I did.
Well, I mean, the only thing that you would be upset about is, thank you, free thinker. The community tab to this channel has the link that can only be seen by members to join the members only Discord. So thank you so much for becoming a member. So yeah, Prayer Garden, I'll resend you the number to I would think that both numbers that I sent you, I would think both of them would know about, but if you called the man, then that's probably, I don't know. I'll re-email you and I'll talk to the lady. Okay. So
I appreciate that.
Okay. So let's get to, I think, Jenna, you had something that you wanted to tell me, I think, about, or tell everybody, didn't you? Or was it Lynn that had the information, or who? I don't know if Lynn wants you to say it or what.
I can't remember. My head is killing me right now, to be honest with you. What was it about?
You said you had some kind of shocking information about Don and Squall or something.
Oh yeah. I do know who Squall is. And Squall knows me because she was riding with Candus. Remember when she came on your panel the first night? She was
she was saying she didn't know who I was.
I don't remember if she was saying that or not,
but yeah, she knows me because she was riding with Candus. And
which one of them went up to the? Which one of them went to the Dr. Phil show with them?
Neither one of them. It was a man. It was a man that went with them.
Benny?
No, it was a news anchor from Kingsport.
No, there was also a woman with them, because I'll tell you why. There was a woman with them because she was there in the hotel room with them, and she was upholding and befriending Candus. And then before she left, Donald said, she said, "Bye, Donald," and he says, "Okay, baby, and we'll see you later." And she's like, "Yeah, you will. I won't. I'm just going someplace." And then Candace was still in the room with him, and that's when she was telling him no, he couldn't tell me about or send me the pictures of the bag lady that was at their door that they called the police on before they flew out.
Well, when I talked to Candace when she was in the room, it was just her and Don. I knew a gentleman was with them at all times.
No, there was a woman there, and Donald was, whoever she was one of Candace's friends. And I believe I seen a picture of her up there too.
I've got all the pictures from where they went to California, and there's nothing.
Oh, and speaking of those pictures, did you see the one where they took the pictures of some kids out there, and one of the mothers was staring their way
At the ocean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the video of that.
What are they doing taking pictures of children out there like that? I mean,
I don't know.
What was that about?
I have no clue.
Yeah, the mother looked concerned.
Thank you, Chris Flowers, for becoming a member. So Jenna, can you finish what you were saying about?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I think it was about Don and Squall, because Squall knows who I am, and then I found out today who Dawn was, because Dawn lied on your panel stating that she didn't know who I was, that she's never been over there at Candace's house, but she was, because that's how I know who Dawn is. And see, I did not know that they were like hiding things from like everybody else. They're up there doing what they can do. I don't know what they're doing, but if they have any information about Summer, because I know they do, if they're up there drinking and doing drugs with them, they need to come forward and say what they know.
Oh, so are you saying that Squall was up there, or?
Yeah, she goes up there all the time.
Yeah, she was up there. Matter of fact,
Squall is the one that let them know about the lights. I don't know if y'all have ever heard of the lights.
What about lights?
The lights that was in their area, they're all sex offenders.
Oh yeah, Frank Light and
yeah. Well, Squall is the woman that they done that is one of the women that they done that to.
They tied her up and everything.
Yeah.
She was the one that was up there. That's the one I was talking about, Ziggy, that was up there. They were all laughing and having a big cookout and a big party and everything, and Donald was on the phone with me. It was and who is Jinx?
Oh,
you go ahead, Lynn.
I'm just gonna let that one on out because I know she's up there all the time too.
Jinx is, huh? Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna let it out.
Okay.
There is a group on Facebook called the Inconsistencies in the Summer Wells.
Oh God.
Yes. Yeah, Ziggy, you know them.
Yes, I do.
You're familiar with them, huh?
Yes. They love me, not.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they're off you. Now they're on to others.
Okay. Yeah.
Who are they off now?
Well, let me finish. Let's hear who she was going to say Jinx is first, and then we'll move on to.
Jinx is I don't believe in doxing people. But Jinx has also been around the true crime groups in Facebook for a long time. But Jinx also has a couple other names that she uses, and she's one of the admins in that group, and she's also who started the other group to get people together to donate to fix the house up.
Is she the one blocking me all over the place?
Honey, that I don't know. I don't know.
So she's trying to help them get their house fixed and stuff.
Yeah. One of the I can tell you without doxing her, one of the other names she goes by is Granny Bean.
Oh, I've seen that name. It's not Pamela, is it?
No.
Okay.
So she's an amend for some of the people, or she's one of those wrench carriers?
Well, no, this is in a Facebook group that she's one of the admins with Ziggy's friend Janine.
What about in YouTube?
Oh, wait, whoa. What did you just say about Janine?
that Jinx and Janine and Elaine and all of them are all part of the inconsistencies group, and all part of the this other group that takes the donations. I was actually in there for a while. I left.
And what are they taking the donations for?
To fix up the house for the boys to come home.
So they're the
but
ones.
That's another story.
They're the ones that Donald said that's been getting all the money and not giving him shit.
Maybe.
That's what he told me. He told me.
Okay, no, I mean, I don't know if that's who he's talking about, but
no, I told him, I said, Cam and Allie said that, they have been helping with donations and stuff too, and getting the word out there about the, everybody pitching in to fix up the house and getting the boys home and so forth. And he said that's a bunch of bullshit. He said that they're a bunch of liars. He said that nobody's been helping them. He went and got drywall that he's got to hang. He said that only thing they gave him so far was some nasty wire that he's got to get an electrician to put in, and he's going to have to pay to get an electrician to put in. And they ain't been doing crap up there other than.
So is that all that is about Jinx? Is that she's just helping getting donations? There's nothing.
Well, I mean, this inconsistencies group is just really, really odd. I believe it was started because they believe that Don and Candace are innocent. But But my problem is, and I give that Janine props. Like, she is one hell of a researcher. She is one hell of a researcher. But instead of spending time trying to figure out what happened to Summer, they're doxing YouTubers and people that are talking out about Don and Candace.
Yeah, they did me. But the thing is, she actually most of her information on me was wrong. So it's funny because she sent me somebody else's criminal record that wasn't even me. I was like, that's not me. The same first name as mine.
But I mean, it's just insane because they're like, they're very defensive of Don and Candace. And they talk all kinds of shit about the people that talk out about them, but yet they're doing just as horrible deeds by doxing these people.
There was a question.
And they're not focused on Summer.
I'm sorry, Jenna. They're making money off of them.
Yeah.
There was a question in your comment. All this about Don and Candace, and did anything know about Summer? Believe me, I wished Don or Candace would talk about Summer or the boys.
It's not happening.
It don't happen when you're on the phone with Candace. Don, it does not happen.
It don't happen when they got an opportunity on a platform to talk about Summer. You see Don come up on Cher's platform many times, and and all he wants to talk about is SA and religion and whatever, and it's very little unless somebody's really trying, like Cheer was really there trying to punch it in there. Let's talk about Summer Dawn, let's talk about Summer Dawn. No, he's still like, he talked a little bit and then off he goes into another direction because he does not want to touch on that topic because he knows that they're, in my opinion, guilty. They know what happened, and they've accepted what happened, and they just right now are scared. Their last straw is getting busted.
Yeah,
That's what they're worried about right this second. Is getting busted.
Ziggy, can I answer a question that was in the chat?
Yeah, I need to. Yes. Yeah, go ahead. I just want to say, Glitter Queen, thank you so much for your super chat, and I will get to that question. And I'm going to get back to Q Carluck's question. I wrote it down so I don't forget. So go ahead, Jenna.
Someone asked in the chat, since Candus blocked me now, what do I think happened to Summer? Well, everything that I've gotten so far, I don't think Summer went into that house. Because for a fact, I know that Grandma did tell Crime Stories Obsessed the truth. Summer was alive going home that day.
Absolutely, she was.
But she didn't get out of that truck. She left and met Don somewhere. And whatever they done with her, I don't know.
Somebody emailed me. Somebody emailed me and told me, I don't know how anybody would know this, but there's, absolutely no proof. But if this is true, this is damning info. Somebody told me that the prescriptions filled that day was fentanyl and oxycodone.
Are you serious?
I already knew that.
I've asked you that then. Why didn't you say that?
No, I did on the last, if you go back, I did.
I would have been shocked if you mentioned that because I've been trying to find that answer for freaking months.
Yeah, I have been too. And Candace didn't want to tell me that.
A 5-year-old touching fentanyl would kill them.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
The last live, I was trying, I believe I said it. I said I finally figured out what they got because Benny Keys said that came on his thing and was trying to say that I was an opioid user. And right there, I knew what grandmas and what the prescriptions were when he said.
Well, you just said opioid. That doesn't say fentanyl. There's a lot of different, opiates and opioids. Like I
know it was painkillers. I knew right then.
Well, yeah, but nobody knew.
Yeah, but fentanyl is not just any painkiller. Yeah, fentanyl is like
this is like really, 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 really strong stuff. Like it wouldn't take much to kill a little 5-year-old.
And
it's what killed Prince, wasn't it? And he was like a junkie for a long time.
Yeah, so we don't have proof on this, but I'm just saying that's what somebody told me that those, I don't know how. I mean, it's really, really hard to get those type of prescriptions. So I don't know, especially fentanyl. And I don't know how, if I believe it though, because just for some knee pain, that's some like heavy narcotic.
Yeah.
Well,
oxycodone could be Percocet. Or is it something stronger? Oxycodone could be like, it could be Percocet. That's what's in Percocet. Or it could be like Roxicet, something like that. That's pure, I think oxycodone maybe. But the fentanyl is the most concerning one.
Exactly.
If that is true, that is very, very, very important info.
Ziggy, I can check tomorrow. I can do some research and see about the laws prescribing fentanyl in Tennessee.
I don't think they prescribe fentanyl though.
I knew somebody who used to get fentanyl. He was like
for cancer patients.
Well, he didn't have cancer. But this has been a few years. Well, this has been at least 10 years. He had patches. That's patches and people,
right?
So
patches,
and I don't know. I mean,
but the patches. If Summer just touched one of those patches, that would be.
It would have been very deadly to her.
It would probably kill her.
Like I know the state I live in. Any heavy duty narcotics or sedatives need to be written in triplicate, and it needs to go to the state, I can check and see what Tennessee laws are on that to see if that's even a possibility.
Yeah. And we need to know, I mean, just for her knee, I don't know if I believe that. I mean, they might have gave her fentanyl at the hospital, just while she was there, but
Right.
I don't know. Like, I have no
It
idea.
does sound like overkill for me.
Yeah, it does. Like,
Because
I
she
did know,
she wasn't feeling well. She grandma stated that Summer wasn't feeling well.
yeah, and if she might have, I don't know. Like, that's a.
Maybe
But I do
got
know
in.
the person I knew that had or got fentanyl patches also got oxycodone as breakthrough pain. So and he
Could
didn't
it
even
could
remember
she have
what.
gotten into it while Hunter was supposed to be watching her? They were in
I
the
don't know
store.
how Summer would have opened the the patch,
Could maybe Hunter was going through it while they were in the store.
or if or if like there was a patch that was used and it was like thrown
Yeah.
in the car somewhere and she got it, because even an old patch would could kill her. I mean,
Still have some life
Or
to it.
even accidentally fell off.
yeah,
Like I've had
or
nicotine patches that have just
or if
fallen off.
yeah,
And
but I mean that's like a huge. I don't know, guys. I wouldn't run with that about the fentanyl and
I
oxycodone
wouldn't
until we have
either.
any proof, because that's just what somebody told me, and I just. And it was supposedly the day after I went on Natasha Cooper's panel or no, I didn't go on the panel. I sent a super chat asking if Cher knew what was filled that day, or was it Cher? Yeah, Cher. And she's like, "Oh, that's illegal. I can't tell you that." And then you hear him go, "Hey guys, check private chat." Like she, was telling Natasha in private chat and Jay is for Justice what the drugs were. And it's like it's not illegal. If somebody told you that, you can repeat it. I mean, so
She
the
wasn't
next
telling.
day,
it's illegal for the doctor to tell you
right,
that.
right.
She wasn't
Put
telling
that out
anybody
there.
because
The
she didn't
next
know.
day, Natasha Cooper supposedly went on her panel and goes, I guess she got mad at Cher or something, and supposedly released what Cher told her, that it was fentanyl and oxycodone. I don't. So that's how this person got this info. So yeah, don't. I mean, until we have proof of that, and I just can't believe somebody. I mean, usually a hospital wouldn't prescribe fentanyl either, I wouldn't think. I mean,
My personal opinion, with you telling me how you found out, that
yeah,
could just be Cher trying to be relevant again.
yeah, I
Exactly.
know. I can't stand Natasha, or I really can't stand Natasha Cooper. I think she's a horrible person. Okay, so I gotta go back to these questions. I'm getting so Glitter Queen. Thank you,
Yeah,
Reluctant
I
Hillary.
see that. I can answer her.
Okay, yes. Has Candus ever mentioned getting a large sum of money? Also, has Candus ever confided in you that she suspects Donna Summers' disappearance? Go ahead, Lynn.
Right. Yeah. Glitter Queen. I kind of talked about this a little bit earlier. When the whole $50,000 and the Mexican cartel thing started, I told Candace about that, and she immediately got angry. And the next thing I knew, she had Googled directions from her front door to the Mexican state line. And I said to her, like, has there been money, like unexplained money? And she just said yes. I didn't push on what kind of money or amounts of money. But she was very, very willing to go with that theory. I mean, it was really odd to me that without me prodding her, that she Googled how far Mexico was. See, Don has taken off several times
Right. Yep.
for days at a time. He's told her that he's gone to Knoxville. At least that's what she told me. And I know he's come back wasted. So
You
it's
mean
not unusual for him.
Are you talking about since are you talking about since Summer came up missing?
Yes, ma'am.
No, there's no way Donald went to any of those places.
He was gone for a couple days on benders and stuff.
Yeah, he was
So
gone.
if it only takes 24
gone
hours to get to a Mexican border,
He was
then
gone one time for 2 days. That's it.
that's enough to go there and back if you.
If he, well, if he, I can't say where he was that 2 days. To be honest, I cannot say where he was that 2 days.
Okay.
But I do know that from the time Summer came up missing all the way up until now, I have talked to Donald every single day. And I'm telling you, he was not missing anywhere, any days except those 2.
Okay. Well, that might have been enough for him to go there and back. Because if he had some drugs, like some kind of, upper like that, he could have used it all the way back and stayed awake the whole time. Reluctant Healer says Grandis did not get fentanyl. She told me she got Vicodin and kept it locked in her truck. So I don't know who Reluctant Healer is and how they know Grandis, but she says I didn't think that it sounded possible that she would get prescribed fentanyl. But I was just saying, but thank you so much for the super chat. And if, you're welcome to come up here sometime, in the future and explain your experience.
Before anybody jumps in on me, yes, I turned it immediately over to TBI.
Yeah. Yeah.
TBI's getting a lot of calls.
Yeah.
It's Donald and Candace's MO. I don't want to debunk everything, but it's their MO. They lie. The money thing's a lie. Trust me, it's a lie.
Them coming into money, you calling this a lie?
What money?
You said that the money thing is a lie.
Yes, the Mexican.
You can't know that you don't know. You can't know that for.
You cannot believe everything Don says, Sissy. I'm sorry, and I'm not trying to argue. I really got a headache, but you cannot go off of what Don is telling you.
Well, the boys said they saw. Put it this way: if the little girl wouldn't have went in the house, and her brothers would not have witnessed seeing her and seeing that she was okay, then I could go along with your theory.
Okay, well, I'm fixing to tell you something now.
But the boys have been questioned.
Okay, what was that, Jenna?
Okay, the boys have been gone with CPS. They in child protective custody right now.
Yes.
They're not getting them children back. And I know that for a fact because the boys don't want to go back home. Did you know that?
Yeah, I pretty much did.
So you knew that. So Don told you that the boys told them they didn't want to come back home?
Don pretty much said that the kids are not coming back, yes.
Well, it was told to me specifically because out of their mouth that the boys do not want to come back home. So what does that tell you? I mean, you're seeing, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be ugly, but you cannot go off of what Don is. Don is a habitual liar.
I'm not going off of what Don said. I'm going off of what the police and TBI and the FBI have as,
they haven't shared what they have, though.
We don't know what they have.
I know that they haven't shared it yet, but if the boys would have said, no, my sister did not come in here, we did not see her, and all of that, they would have done have cuffs on Don and Candace because what their theory would have been out the window.
No, that's not true.
In jail.
That's not true.
I'm going to tell you.
They can't just put cuffs on them just because they catch them in a lie about whether or not they You know,
that kind of a lie.
they
Yeah.
have to have like
No,
actual
in
proof.
my opinion, I believe right now all they have is circumstantial evidence,
Exactly.
and it's going to take time. And
They've got a lot
the-
more than circumstantial.
I
But
don't think they do.
I
I
really
think if
think
I think if they had more than circumstantial, somebody would be in jail.
I really
Exactly.
do believe Candace and Donald are sticking to their story 100%. They're sticking to the story. Whatever happened to Summer after the boys, the sons, the three sons have seen her. And even that, what is that? The body burner?
David Dotson.
Yes. Even he has, through the grapevine, said that the boys, because he took them out golfing and everything, and they, and the boys they talk and everything, and yes, they saw their sister.
So you've known that.
Wait, what do you mean? Oh, they saw their sister in the house.
Yes.
Well, okay. Well, I have a question to ask. I grew up in abuse. I seen my mama get beat every single day, and I know I was coached before I went to school. Don't say nothing that goes on in this house.
Yeah.
So you cannot tell me that them boys was not coached into saying that they saw Summer. Because
Absolutely.
why now, since they're gone from the house, they don't want to go back.
They don't want to go back, but they don't want to go back due to the fact that they're finally living, they're finally living in a place where they got structure.
Where they got love, where they got attention.
They got clean beds, they've got clean clothes, they've got a good school, they've got people actually paying attention to them. These kids were starved for attention. They did not have a normal functional home, with Candace and Donald.
Sissy, I thought I asked you, Sissy, I thought I asked you specifically if these boys were, if they were going to be coming home or had a chance to come home, and you said, and you never mentioned that they didn't want to come back. I thought you said that
I said Candace is.
It could have been somebody else. It could have been somebody else. It could have been Dawn.
I said that Candace and Donald is on a 6-month plan. Now, just because the boys ain't wanting to come home, Donald and Candace is still going to the court. They are still going through the process. They are still fighting to try to.
They're not fighting. They're not doing what they need.
Well,
they're not fighting.
They're not fighting.
They're not fighting.
They're having a time of their life without any kids.
I know what you mean, though. I know what you mean, perfect. You're saying they still have a chance, but I'm saying that doing what they're supposed to do.
They're still showing up at the court dates. They're still doing what the court, what CPS is asking of them, and the court system is asking of them.
Well,
yes,
it looks really bad that they don't call their sons when they are given a chance to call them daily every night.
They were complaining when they had to go see them. Donald acted like, oh my gosh, it was just the most horrible thing to have to drive a little way.
Yeah, it was. They was complaining.
Yes,
they was complaining because they had to drive they were supposed to meet halfway, but they had to drive the whole way.
Right.
But they weren't even that. They're not even that far.
And
no, they're not.
And most parents would go over there where that's at and rent a place to be close.
And there's no way. There is absolutely no way that they're far enough that it took them until 3:00 in the morning to get home.
Yeah, that's the story they told, though, wasn't it?
It sure was.
Hey, Lynn, I've already heard Jenna and Peregrine's answering this, but do you know this is are the boys together as far as you know?
Yes.
They're all in one home? Okay.
Yes.
Levid has a question. And thank you so much, Levid. Does anyone know who Dawn is paying the $600 payment for the car? Because records show the car was paid for outright. There is no lien on the car. Or who gave them the $25,000?
Jenna, can I go here first?
Yeah, you go ahead.
Okay. All right. and I'm free to talk about our conversation today, honey.
Yeah, you're most definitely. I mean, everything we talk about, you're free to go ahead.
Okay. Something that's been bothering me. Okay. I spent all morning scouring Google on what compensation or what perks do you get for being on the Dr. Phil show. Everything I read said you definitely get airfare. You have a car with a driver that picks you up at the airport and takes you back to the airport. You get 1 meal a day because they film 2 shows back to back, Monday through Friday. You're stuck to a very strict schedule. Because I keep seeing all of these rumors that Dr. Phil paid for Candace's new teeth.
Uh-huh.
They will, in fact, pay for rehab or psychiatric help because he has clinics that he's affiliated with. I didn't see anything. Like, they don't pay for wardrobe. They don't pay for hair and makeup. None of that.
So
it was brought to my attention that the veneers were like $10,000.
were they veneers and not?
I believe they were veneers.
They were.
So is this?
And
also,
then in Jenna and I talking today, they were in California for 3 weeks.
No.
Where the hell did that money come from?
So we don't.
This isn't Dr. Phil.
Yeah. What about the? That's crazy. What about the? Do any of you guys know about Levitt's question though about the truck?
I have tried and I looked and I don't know.
When it has been brought up to me that he is paying $600 a month for it, I don't know where he got it from. From my understanding, Candace told me it was a dealership because she was talking because it's a 2021, and I was like, dang, he must got good credit. But then when I'm not trying to single you out, Sissy, but when he was telling Candace, I'm just telling you what he was telling Candace. When he was telling Candace he was leaving her for you, he was gonna let the Subaru go back.
Oh, he wouldn't have nothing to drive.
No, he has a truck.
Well, that's all he would have had, and he'd have been living in it.
You know, he has that truck and he has the Subaru, and they have them other vehicles that that they got, like, what, a green Expedition or something like that, or Explorer, that is fixable, but they just won't get it fixed.
So we don't know. Like there's still up in the air how, like, where this lien is on this vehicle, or who they're paying these payments to, or if this car's paid off. Like, many people swear this vehicle's paid off.
Yeah,
that's crazy. That anybody, if they seriously got a lump sum of money, like $50,000 for summer or something, and they put $25,000 into a vehicle or whatever, or paid off that vehicle. What a waste. I mean, God.
Well, not only that, Ziggy, but think of it this way, okay? We've got Chase 423 putting money out of his own pocket for a billboard. We've got all these other people donating money and time, and Chase paid for that pallet of flyers.
Yeah.
And you telling me these people have had money the whole time?
Right.
And what the hell are they doing for this child?
Right, exactly.
Why are strangers doing this for this child? That's a problem.
I do not believe they had any money at all. They would have been pulled back into the police station. They would have been questioned about where that type of money.
I'm sure that they're being questioned if there is some money.
Yeah, there isn't, and they weren't gone 3 weeks in California. They was only gone for about a week or so there.
No. They was gone for 3.5 weeks.
I don't think so.
Well, I can send you every from the moment they got there to the moment they arrived back home. I can send you every screenshot.
Because
Yeah, she's got it. She's got it.
You remember at first program, they probably wanted to keep the Dr. Phil thing like secret.
Yeah, but they were at their house. At the house. And matter of
But they
fact,
did.
Donald was, and I called him. He was at work, and then it was the day later. I guess the bag lady was there. They were packing their bags and everything, getting ready to go catch the plane. Didn't they catch the plane on like a Friday?
Did they meet up with a behavioral panel in California? That wasn't done.
No, behavioral panel came to Tennessee. They said that they met him at the holiday.
I don't know how they would. How would have they been in California for 3.5 weeks? Then?
Yeah, they wasn't. There was no way.
Huh.
Candace told me, okay, it was about
Candace lies.
All of them lie.
Well, they both lie.
Yeah.
I mean, all of them lie.
What I'm saying is about if she's the one giving you that information.
No, it was the pictures she sent me. They are dated from because she sent like pictures from the airplane. Yeah. I got pictures from the airplane to there.
Well, they also stopped over.
Well, do we know what day
stopped over at Donald's dad? They stopped for one. They met Benny Keith at the airport.
That was a layover in Dallas.
Yeah, they went and seen Donald's dad.
I need to know that last question. I just freaking lost the question I had that somebody paid a super chat. I have Glitter Queens here, but then somebody else left a super chat, and I really need like one of the mods, like Doodle. Can you text me what that question was? The last super chat. Dang it!
And Ziggy, you wrote down Q's question. Remember?
Yeah, I have Q's questions to re-ask too. But somebody sent a super chat, and I had it. I
believe that was Levid's about the car.
No, the Levid one I already had, but there's some. It was in a different amount. It was like in a different country currency. I really need that. And I don't even know the name of the person who sent it, so I don't even know how to. I can't even.
Can't somebody go back on the slide and see what was up there? Hold on.
I'll look, and if anybody can. Shoot. I'm gonna try to pull up the app and see if I can pull it. There was another question. I had them in order, and then I have to use the bathroom. But while you guys are answering again, Q Carlock asked the question, and for some reason she didn't hear the answer. And then I'm gonna go to Glitter Queen's question, and then there was one after that, but which we will figure out what it was. I don't even know. I could look for the person who said it, but I wouldn't know who. I don't know the name of the person.
If there's anybody in the chat, they could go back on the slide a couple minutes.
It doesn't, but you can't. You just can't. You can only scroll back so far. That's the thing.
Okay, so the question. Slide back to the beginning, Ziggy.
Okay. The question for Q Carlock's question is: have they heard anything that could actually lead to finding Summer? Was there? I forget how we answered this. But while you guys are answering that, do you remember how you guys answered that question?
Yeah, it was about what is it? Crime Stories Obsessed. It was about her call with her texting back and forth to Grandma, because that really was Grandma she was texting, and Grandma opened up to her.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that was the info that was mentioned. Q Carlock. It was about what Grandma said to Emma from Crime Stories.
And I sent you the screenshot, Ziggy, about Candace admitting that Don was at home off work in the 3 o'clock hour.
Yeah, so that's some proof that Don got off work early that day.
Yes, and they didn't want nobody to know that.
Candus told Emma from Crime Stories Obsessed that Candus contacted Don, letting him know that Summer was sick and if she should take him to the hospital. That Summer never got out of the vehicle, and then Candus left with Summer to go meet Don.
Exactly.
So that's what we Okay, so I think I have the question that was asked, but I think it was Bella. So somebody text me it. But first, Glitter Queen, thank you so much for your super chat. It says, Prayer Gardener, are you going to play that recording you told us you were going to play? And Lynn, do you have any recordings that could be helpful? Oh, I remember the super chat. It was it wasn't a question. It was just saying, hey, Prayer Garden, something about could you let other people answer? But I think you're doing a really good job, Prayer Garden, of letting other people speak and stuff. So I think that but anyways, whoever sent that super chat, thank you so much. And I'm so sorry that happened. Yeah, I remember now. It wasn't a question, it was a statement. But yeah, Prayer Garden, are you going to play that recording you told us you were going to play?
Yeah. I sent you a video that I was going to see if you would put up and let everybody watch it.
Have you sent it already?
It's coming through right now.
Okay. And Lynn, do you have any recordings that could be helpful?
Unfortunately not. Again, Candus likes to video chat. And on Messenger, I never found a way to either get audio and video together.
You don't have to have the just put a tape recorder behind you where she can't see it and then talk to her, and it would have taken her voice.
Yeah, I didn't have any tape recorders.
It's sent, Ziggy.
Okay. And so we had let me see. Okay, I think I got it. So some Bella's asked if Jenna could tell us about the footage of Dawn and Summer at the fairgrounds the day Summer went missing.
Yes, what was me and Lynn was talking about that today. She said the exact name of the fairground.
It was by the Speedway.
Yes,
it's like Cock. It's Cock County Fairgrounds or something, or Cock COCKE.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the fairgrounds, and
they have video footage of that. I cannot release that source because I don't know if it's credible or not. But they said that they have turned over, if it's true, they have turned over the footage to TBI.
And I can kind of back that up because I remember after the whole Raven ordeal, there was a lady that got roped up with Raven, and a friend of mine actually sent me her video that I didn't want to watch, but she's out walking a little dog in the grass across from the Speedway. And she also stated that Dawn and Summer were in a vehicle in that area, and it was caught on CCTV.
Okay.
Again, that's why I go back to, I think they have a lot of circumstantial. I think what they need is they need to find Summer.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And so, Prayer Garden, the link you sent me, what is the link that you're sending me?
It's just a video I would like everybody to watch. Hey, Ziggy,
it says monkey business illusion.
Yeah, I understand what it is. Can I address something for just a minute? What they're talking about right now, the fairground.
I'm gonna mute and I'm gonna watch what this is real quick before I play it, because it doesn't have music or anything in it.
I know.
I'll listen to it. Okay.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It's just something. It's just something I want everybody to see, and then I'll explain myself as to why.
Okay, but it's not actual footage of. Wasn't there a video you said you were going to show that had?
I got
and stuff. Because this is somebody else's video.
Yes, I'm going to share some voice recordings on also.
Okay, well, go ahead with what you were saying, and I'm going to use the bathroom while you're talking. Video,
when it comes to the fairground thing that you guys are talking about, Donald supposedly being seen. there's no truth to that. I remember back when that first came out, and also I was talking to Donald on the phone. Well, there was a detective, I don't know which one it was, but it was up there on his land, speaking with him, and he was really upset about that statement that had been made like that. And that's something that's already been, and that's why Candace brought it up to you guys. She knew that it's already been debunked, and it was just bullshit.
I didn't hear that from Candus.
Well, the thing is it is BS. It is BS. And I seen the little thing she sent you. What time did you say? And oh, okay, that's okay. That's their mind games. I'm telling you now, I already knew about the supposedly being seen and everything. As I said, I was on the phone with him, and he was saying, "Hold on, sissy, hold on." And I was standing or I wasn't standing there, but I was right there on the phone when he was talking to either a detective or the police officer, or whatever. That's the conversation they were having about that particular thing, I guess. And no truth to it. These are things. This is why what I'm telling you guys. You keep getting run around the bush, and we're not getting onto the facts. And that's why they're trying to shut me down. Is because I'm trying to get onto the facts. I'm saying, hey, no, that's not.
Well, I'm sorry, but you can't get onto the facts when you're just one-sided. You have to be both-sided. If you think that Don is innocent and Candace is guilty, it's not. You got to know that both of them are working together in on this.
Listen, Jenna, I do know that they're working together. And that's what I'm trying to tell all of you. That, they are working together, and they're running us all around a damn bush. And I'm sick of it. That's what I'm tired of. I've learned all their games. I've been in there, and I've learned every game they're playing with us. And I'm damn tired of it. I'm telling you, Summer, that's why I want Ziggy to show this video. I want to show you guys, just prove a point real fast about what happened with the boys. This is, I'm just trying to.
All this video is it's like.
Hey, Ziggy, if you could play it, I would surely.
I don't know if I have permission to play this from the creator. It says it's the monkey business illusion. That's what it says. Kids passing a ball around, like
a fair use act. There's a fair use act.
I know, but I don't understand what this doesn't have anything to do with except showing us that we can be easily
I wanted
deceived,
to show.
That just shows you too that you could be deceived by what.
No, I basically was trying to show how the boys were so concentrated on their games and their other stuff. I wanted to show that this particular video shows how when you are subtracted on something else, how much.
Right. And
I have kids.
And basically
that's how Summer could have gotten the basement without being seen.
No, she went right out the back door.
But that's just your opinion. You don't know that. You also don't know that the about this footage of Don being at the fair. That's your opinion, right? Or what was your reasoning that the fair thing didn't happen?
He was on the phone.
Sorry, I had to walk away.
He was on the phone with me when he was talking to the police or the detective that day about that very subject, and he was angry and upset that was said about him because he was not home. And they said they have to follow every lead, and he was telling
he was not home.
I know.
Oh my word! I wish you could show that screenshot of Candace stating he was home, Ziggy. I wish you could.
Oh, I will. What you texted to me?
Yeah, I texted to you, and it was I can't get off because I'm on my phone doing this thing.
One I got a text from Dawn K. She said, "I have never been to Tennessee. Jenna is lying, and I have proof." Lynn's real. Oh, I'm not gonna put that out. She said that Sissy is in love with Dawn. I'm not lying about this. Sissy wants to be relevant. Okay, so that's Dawn's comment for right now.
Yeah.
Okay, well, tell Dawn, how did I meet her then? How did I know who she was? Because
and wait, Dawn doxed me?
No. So he was gonna dox Sissy, or so they sent me who they believe Sissy's name is, but I wasn't gonna say that out loud. I want to think. Nothing's been said about you, Lynn. No. You're right. No, you're right. No, you're right. It is. She is saying your real name.
Oh, nice. We're gonna play that game.
Oh, so
Okay.
she said your real name, right?
I'm not going to tell anybody, Lynn. Don't.
I know. I trust you.
It might not even be. And of course, I just missed that freaking question too. I was just about to mention that question, and I. Oh gosh, I can't keep up. Okay. Thank you to Jade Lane and Cornucopia for becoming members. In the community tab is the link for members only Discord. And once again, I'm gonna have to find that question that somebody just sent. So let's see if I can figure out how to do. When I pull up YouTube, it only lets me scroll back. Okay, Spirit Seeker says she sent it to me in Discord. Thank you, Spirit Seeker. You've been amazing. Janice Gibbs, thank you so much for the super chat. She says, why does Prayer Garden talk to Don Wells every day? He and Candace Wells tell lies. So whatever he's telling you is a lie. Also, he can be in Mexico and tell you he's at work.
Exactly.
He's playing you like a fiddle. That's Prayer Garden. Did you hear that?
When he's at work, you can hear the swooping of him running the mud across the walls. Donald don't go there and just talk to somebody. He actually puts you on speakerphone while he's swooping his walls.
Well, and you might be so you were on the phone with Don when he was on the phone with a how did that happen? Does he have two phones?
No, the man was up there at the house. The detective or the police officer was up there
and it got brought up about the fairgrounds?
It was brought. That's what he was pissed about once the man left. And I said, hey, what's going on? He started telling me that, about somebody trying to say they seen him and his daughter and all of this BS. And,
Okay. So he just claimed all he did was tell you, no, that's not true. So how's that even prove that he wasn't at the fair? He wasn't around the fair.
He was talking to the man and basically he's like, yeah, I know. The man was talking to, but he was saying,
But you said you had asked Don what it was about.
The man was telling him that they have to follow every lead, this and this, as detectives or police tell you, that they have to ask questions, they have to follow up on, no matter what the lead is. It's like way far-fetched.
All I have to say, Don, if it's true that you were near the fairgrounds with Summer, you're gonna be busted. I'm telling you now. There's gonna be there's camera footage somewhere. So
he ain't gonna worry about that because it didn't happen.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Anyways, Nicole Wilson, I respect everyone, but this is all games. I can guarantee we are getting laughed at, just like the call, says Nicole Wilson. Thank you for your super chat. Well,
Nicole Wilson, you are 100% right.
Exactly.
They think that this is all a big joke.
And it's not, and it's sad. I
was also around the night they played their little trick on Mary.
Yeah, what did they
Candus called me that morning, and I have screenshots of the call.
Oh, I need.
Of course, like I said, I couldn't get audio and video to work, and she was just really weird. She went outside with video chat. She kept telling me Don is home. She showed me his truck. She asked if I wanted to go downstairs to see him, that he was downstairs watching TV. I said, no, thank you. Again, I've never had much use for Don.
Mm-hmm.
And just kept reassuring me that Don was home. Well, then all hell broke loose on YouTube that Don was arrested. And I called her. She was in another call and texted her. And I said, what the hell is going on? And I said, where is Don? And she said, he's right here. Everything's fine. I told you, Don is home. And I was like, okay, but that's not what everybody's saying. She said, I know, but he's home. I said, okay. Well, then that night, Mary went on to, I believe it was maybe Chris's, and I heard the phone call, and it blew me away. Blew me away. And at that moment, I was done. Like, what an actress. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
She has never cried over her children like this.
Prayer Garden, look at that. You see it?
Hold on, I'll pull up there was a screenshot before that might be better to pull up here in a sec. I have to send it to my computer, but because I don't know where I have it. It's so hold on, I can get the what was asked before that, because what was asked before that said, which I'll put up in a second. Candus asked, did you tell someone that Donnie was home at 3 the day Summer went missing? And then you say, no, not 3. Candus said, what time did you say? You said 3:30 or 4, but that you didn't see him. And you said, I told that didn't come from you. And Candus said, okay. So it seems like she's really concerned about this. What time you were telling everybody?
Yeah, it was. She does not want nobody to know that he was off of work, because Don lied and stated he worked late that day, when in reality, no, he did not.
Interesting, huh? Wonder why somebody would want to cover that up.
Because Don keeps saying, oh, I was at work. I was at work. No, you wasn't. You was not at work.
Yeah. I know why somebody would want to cover that up. I was just being sarcastic. Let's see. Let's pull up this. Oh, thank you, Julie Applewhite. She says, Ziggy, keep up the good work. Well, thank you. And I know that people feel like, we're getting laughed at or whatever. But I feel this is important stuff for us to come, try to decipher all the BS and try to come up with what could possibly happen to Summer,
And I just think I think it's going to be difficult to decipher, like, on the same panel with Prayer Garden, because we're coming from 2 different places.
Yeah.
She's coming from what her experience is with Dawn, and what Jenna and I experienced with Candus is totally different. Again, these aren't normal people.
They're not. They are not.
This isn't a normal relationship. This isn't a normal relationship at all.
Yeah. I think Prayer Garden or Sissy's just absolutely convinced that it was Candus that did something. And I think that's why
it was both of them. And yeah. I hate to say it was both of them.
Well, I'm going to be perfectly honest. We're all headed for the same destination.
Right.
And that is to find Summer, to find Summer, to get this case solved. Now, I'm not coming in there for Candus or Dawn. I'm trying to come in here with facts, facts. Facts with the boy scene,
what your experience,
the boy seen their sister. They seen her. She was in, she did come into that house. She went back out of that house, and and far as Candus and playing all this game of whatever she's playing here with people, and I know it's a game because that's what her and Donald do, and you two know that's what they do also. And